All right, everyone. Hillary Clinton is never one to waste an opportunity to ramble about sexism as though she was some sort of standard bearer of women's rights, or simply because she's female. And so she pounced on Trump. He tweeted out the Pelosi video, you know, the one that was slowed down and slightly visually edited to make it look like Pelosi was like sort of drunk or slurring or something, to make it look like she had become Joe Biden in reality, essentially. And it was an edited video, although not particularly heavily. It was very funny. Some people are already saying, well, yes, it wasn't actually doctored, it is actually real, and stuff like that, and it's like, that's the weird side of YouTube. So, no, it was, but Trump was fooled by this. The same as Giuliani and some of these others, I'm sure. many people found it very amusing even after it was revealed that it was edited, because it's like, okay, the fact that the one that makes it look like she's drunk or demented looks more real to people, that may be a sign that Pelosi has a bigger problem. But Hillary Clinton came out and decided, well, it's sexist that Donald Trump tweeted this. So in other words, if you get fooled by something that's been faked, that looks, you know, decently real, that could apparently, it fooled Giuliani, and he's not exactly a mental midget. Don't you think that it was something other than sexism that caused Trump to tweet something out? It's astonishing to me that you can justify within a political arena the idea that criticism of, satire of, or a swipe at a female politician automatically qualifies as sexism. The fact is, nobody else would take it seriously either if Trump had a D after his name. If he had run as a Democrat and he were just taking jabs at her for being like, well, this part of my party is obstructing or something, Hillary Clinton wouldn't have jack shit to say. So it's very, very funny. And Hillary Clinton is doing this so she can get back in the news and she can say, here's my next tour date, and by the way, I wrote a book. And that's really what this is about. She's cleaning up. How much money do you think Hillary Clinton makes on her shitty book? Oh, it's got to be thousands of dollars a day, you know, considering the fact that every single day she's in a new venue, she's at a college or giving an interview or something. She's a workhorse. You definitely can't put her down for being lazy. Look, if she worked this hard during the last election, she'd be the president right now. Then she wouldn't have had to write her shitty book. That's the irony that must lodge in her brain like a fucking botfly and drive her insane is that fact. Well, shit, you know, I can go out just 7 days a week and can basically campaign for the Democrats right now, and everyone owes her a bunch of favors, and she sells so many books, and she gets speakers' fees and stuff. She probably has $5-6 grand just to show up at a place for 10 minutes. She's getting 5-figure totals to give each of these, like, commencement speeches and stuff. She's gonna make she's gonna make more money than she could ever possibly spend, and she's a Clinton, so she has some expensive tastes, stuff like that. Meanwhile, though, that requires constantly injecting herself into the limelight. Now, at first, she was doing it the wrong way. She was doing it by bitterly attacking, like, voters and the pink hat wearers and the DNC and stuff, and people were rankled. And I think some of her advisors finally got up enough courage to confront her and say, look, you're going to destroy your own career here. You can make shit tons of money. Just attack Trump. Because, you know, everyone else is doing so. He's all anyone talks about anymore. You'll be more searchable. Miss Clinton, this is how the internet works. Inject yourself into that debate and stop blaming your own voters and stuff. Ah, said Mrs. Clinton, okay. You know, after she threw the Chardonnay at them and calmed down, once she sobered up, she realized the wisdom of their words. And so now she's making 10 times as much, probably. Her book sales at first were apparently anemic. They're probably doing pretty well right now. She's managed as a geriatric old white woman who represents dynastic neoliberalism through her husband. She who attacked, you know, allegedly sex assault and rape victims, of all things. She's managed to convince a bunch of teeny bopper and 20-something Gen Z, you know, sometimes voters to buy her book and go attend her speech at college and roar with applause because she says Orange Man bad. She's good at marketing, or at least she was once she got sober again, I guess. I think that election hit her harder than it otherwise would. I have no doubt, like, remember, the first night she didn't even give a concession speech. Podesta himself had to come out and say, well, no, we're going to do that tomorrow. Some votes are still coming in, which was bullshit. Everyone knew that Trump had already won. She got wasted, and she wasn't able to come out on stage because she was wasted. That's what it boils down to. And there were allegedly staffers leaking that info to the press anyway. It just didn't get as much airplay because it wasn't as exciting as Orange Man Bad. The idea that we almost had a total drunk with health issues as president, sort of escaped the notice of the public. I can't wait until Trump probably runs against geriatric Joe, who's 4 years older than Clinton is. That's going to be hilarious. He's going to have to come out and stage in a walker. Again, no offense to my older viewers. I understand. Some of you are fucking probably more sprightly than me, but Hillary Clinton's not in that special club. She's just not. She collapsed on 9/11, for Christ's sake, had to be thrown in the back of her medical van looking thing there. It's very funny how Trump gets called sexist, because, again, pig-headed maybe, piggish maybe, my locker room top, you know, stuff like that with the Billy Bush tape. He may be uncouth. That's part of his persona anyway. He's Donald Trump. Nobody had a problem with it when he was saying stuff like that to Howard Stern 20 years ago. Nobody had a problem when he would say weird shit for Worldwide Wrestling, because it was understood there was tongue-in-cheek. Look, he's the actor-in-chief almost more than he is the commander-in-chief. Having the person with his kind of skill set deal with China and Russia, by the way, a very good idea. It's all a floor show anyway. World diplomacy is more like an elaborate dance than it is actual combat sometimes. Very artistic, a lot of flair to it, very interesting. People should really keep that in mind. You know, the last time, you know, one of the last times that an artist took power, what happened, you know? And some weird shit going on. Remember that back in the 30s and 40s? Yeah, someone who basically sold portraits on the street and could barely had a penny to his name, or a pfennig, or whatever you call it, now a euro to his name. That currency will be worthless eventually too, because the European Union won't exist anymore at this rate in 10 years maybe. You can collect that worthless fiat currency. It'll be funny. Hillary Clinton calling people sexist is especially funny because of the Me Too shit against Bill. Oh my God, Trump is a sexist because he got bamboozled by this fake tweet. By this fake video and tweeted it out. But no, don't you dare Me Too my husband, or else I'll go after your reputation. How many women was it that made claims against Bill? Was it 5, I think? I think it was 5 people. And then there was Monica, who didn't really give a shit at the time, but does more recently and sort of helped to destroy the Clinton campaign a little bit. And that was very funny. Monica Lewinsky, a very cool person for that. Thank you for keeping Bill's cigars out of the White House. Of course, now it's Trump's cigars. He doesn't use cigars, though. He probably uses, like, I don't know, Trump wine bottles or something, you know. So he definitely needs someone who's been in prostitution in order to, you know, never mind. Hillary Clinton is a funny person, though. I'm actually glad. I hope that she has a long life, because she says this weird stuff, and it's really easy, low-hanging fruit to make a video on. Slow news day? Just Google Hillary Clinton. That's literally all you have to do. Or use Bing or Startpage or Gab's browser or something like that. I've never tried Gab's browser. I sort of switched to Opera, although I kind of want to try Brave as well. I've heard nothing but good things about that, so who knows. That's about all. Peace out.